Grand Rising. It's your sister from another Mr. Lovely Fly Shy, back with another video. How are you all doing this rising? I hope all is well with each and every one of you. Today's message, or word rather, is going to be prophetic. Before we jump into the prophetic word, I'd like to just remind you that you are not alone, okay? No matter what it is, no matter where you've been, no matter what they did, you are not alone. All right, let's get into the word. Many of you may be wondering, why? Why is it that when everything seems to be falling apart in my life, why is it when everything has fallen apart? Why is it when the moment I decide to turn my back on destructive ways, worldly ways, and choose to live for God, and choose righteousness, and choose healing, self-mastery, and beyond? Why is it that everyone seems to disappear, yet they reappear once that green appears? Listen to me. They reappear once that green appears. This is symbolic. I know you may be thinking, oh, when the money appears? Well, that too. But what they once perceived as not being brighter, as they once perceived that the grass would be greener on the other side, they chose to walk out of your life. They chose someone else, something else, over you. And I know you all may be wondering, why? Well, I'm here to tell you, and by experience, that this is happening solely, not only for your greater good, but you were meant to go through those painful things. You were meant to go through those heartbreaks. You were meant to be betrayed, abused. Now, that's not to say that you deserved it. But is life fair? The life you were living beyond and before this point, was it fair? No. Because you were living a lie, an illusion. You were not walking in your purpose. You were not walking in your power. You were walking by the societal expectations, the worldly expectations, the conditioning. You were walking by and you were walking with your trauma and holding on to that resentment and regret from your past. Was any of that fair? No. And it would have continued not to be fair had you not reached this time period of awakening. Awakening to what you thought you could never be. To awakening to the power within you. Awakening to that deep and inner knowing that, you know what, I am greater. I am stronger. And I am wiser. I am not my sin that I once engaged in. And see, when you shift your mind and that begins to exude off of you, and people can see that, people who have known you, whether Whether this is your family, your friends, your loved ones, people that knew you from, diapers on up, childhood on up, whatever. These people are still stuck in their slumber. That deep slumber, that psychological, mental, and spiritual slumber. Meanwhile, you were able to escape and elevate and rise above it. You were able to pick up the broken pieces of your past and decide, you know what? I'm going to move forward. You know what? I am worthy of more. Hold on, guys. Alrighty, my apologies. The message was getting very, very good and strong. The Holy Spirit is really speaking through me on this beautiful rising. And before the enemy, the adversary, that negative energy decided that it was going to attempt to penetrate and steal this beautiful and glorious word from me, I had to ensure that what we've recorded thus far was saved and, secured, because this is important, you all. But to pick up where I left off, it's nothing that you did. You were not doing anything wrong by deciding to be of light, by deciding to be of love, of righteousness. Surely that would set you apart from the rest, who are not walking and living in their authentic truth. Instead, they're mimicking and looking up to and engaging in idolatry by worshiping something outside of themselves. It's all in here, people. But brothers and sisters, as I was saying, you may wonder why, out of all this time that you've known these people, how good you were to them. It seems, even if it was something small, even if it didn't fit or live up to their expectations of what you could have, should have, and would have done, had they been in control of your mind, you were still there for these people. You still loved them. And see, I want to make this clear. When someone falls on hard times, of course, one may need money or, some financial assistance to help put them back onto their feet again. But that's not where the help ends and where it should solely lie upon, because it's deeper. A person who is genuine and truly cares about your well-being and where you are in your stage of development and growth, someone who is compassionate and understanding will feel more than compelled to be there for you. Whether it's simply with a shoulder or an ear, these individuals, if they truly valued you, they would be there. They would find a way, they would find the courage somewhere deep within themselves to say, you know what? I see that you are going through something. I'm going through something too. But I want you to know that I am praying for you. I am praying that God keeps you strengthened and uplifted. I am praying that you be divinely guided and have the energy to take off and proceed with whatever it is that you desire that will ultimately catapult you into greatness and will reverse your current circumstances. Just uplifting words like that of encouragement and, motivation. You may wonder why you haven't received any of that. And it's simply because these people are wondering, well, if this person is so full of light, and if they're such a believer of God, and, and whatever other ignorance that may crosses their mind, they may then wonder why you would even need them. You intimidate them so much with your strength alone that they had to discard themselves out of your life. But remember, brothers and sisters, as you rise and you continuously elevate and become who you were supposed to be all along, remember who was there. Whether it was someone who was just talking to you through your time of need, whether, it was someone assisting you in your time of need. Remember. And also remember those who did not. They simply turned the other cheek. Because in your day, and when that green appears, meaning that light, it outshines anything that they could ever fathom. It outshines and supersedes all of the darkness that they placed on you. As that appears, you remember to match the same energy that was given to you in your time of need. Whether instead of a word of encouragement, someone was giving you judgment. They were judging you. They were mocking you. Trust and believe they will have to eat their words. They will have to sit back and watch you rise to levels that they could only dream of, because they don't have the courage within themselves, the same courage that lies within you. They don't have that courage within themselves to get up, get out, and go get something. They don't have the courage to be the change that they would like to see in this world, if they even want any change. Because these same people that I speak about, you all, are so self-centered, so narcissistic. They lack empathy. Do you really think they care about what you're going through when they're the center of their universe? Their own self-proclaimed, self-perpetuated universe that they created, that they have set themselves in, trying to pretend and live a lie in a life that is not theirs and that was not intended for them to live to begin with. Who am I speaking to? You mean to tell me you wondering why these people who could never even sit at the table that God is preparing you, you mean to tell me that you are that you are wondering why? Baby, your spirit is too high. Your energy is too high. Your light is too bright. Because they thought the black magic, the thought magic, the evil eye magic was going to stop something. Do you know that you have angels encamped around you? Do you know who your ancestors are? Do you know that your spirit guides, the Most High God, creator of all things, is governing over you? As you sleep, as you rise, as you go about your day, you are divinely protected. Don't you wonder why no more? But just remember, this isn't, a message of, being spiteful or feeling as though you're better than another or anything like that. This is just about remaining recognizant of those who gave you their behinds to kiss, when all you needed was just some uplifting words, perhaps some company, whatever it was that you needed in your time, only you know. And these were the people who devalued you, stole from you, took advantage of you, broke your spirit. These were the same people. I know this time may feel scary. It may feel uncomfortable, but trust and believe you are on the right path. So prepare. That is the most important thing. Just sit back, watch it all unfold, but prepare. Rest and prepare in this season. You're going to need it. Pray for discernment. Pray for strength. So that you can see through these wolves in sheep's clothing. You can see through their tactics, their deception. You can see through their hate and their malice, their envy and their jealousy. You will be able to see through it all if you ask for it. Follow your intuition. And whatever you do, do not give up. All right? Sit back and watch it all unfold. This is only the beginning.